So it's a little disturbing to me seeing all of these crazy signs as I became a targeted person. And God only knows what I did wrong. Honestly, before I knew I was targeted, I was one of the most loving, most non-judgmental, most naive, most happy-go-lucky people out there that you would have ever met. Uh, so for me to get targeted, if I can get targeted, anybody can. But interestingly enough, when I started recognizing patterns of behavior, people started acting in a cult like manner. Like they were behaving oddly and they were wearing certain symbols. It would start off with American flag symbols, it would start off with hats and t shirts and and sometimes it was like plaid, like red and black plaid, and this was just a whole conspiratorial mess of members, and this could range from a churchgoer who thought they were, God's gift to the church, to the satanic girl down the street, uh, I mean, to the guy on Fox News. So it really didn't matter. Everybody was kind of jumping on this bandwagon of hell. And when I started looking at things like when people have stars on the outside of their homes, or when people are driving around in God with "In God We Trust" tags, or they're driving around with these white, I call them the clone trooper, or well, today's day, clone trooper, the stormtrooper white trucks. What are they doing really? Do they work for the CIA, the FBI, the DOD, the DOJ? And what are they doing exactly? Like, what good are they doing? And then they have all these little Muppets, or, minions, flying monkeys traveling around, just sitting and stalking you. They could be housewives. We don't even know. They're just sitting in cars, parked at strange places so they can watch you go in and out of your street or wherever. And they just really serve no purpose. I don't even know that they know their purpose, or that they know that they could have a purpose if they wanted to live their life in a better way, rather than to sit there and stalk somebody in a parking lot. Um, so this is kind of how I see these people. I've been given some eyes recently to by God to kind of see people. I don't consider myself a chosen one, but I do wish that God would revoke my privileges sometimes as far as what I am able to see, because it's very heavy, it's very weighty, and I want to remove it and just go back. I want to just rewind and go back, like go backwards, because that was safer and saner, and I wasn't making YouTube videos, and I wasn't harassed and stalked daily every day. So I must be doing the right thing, because the wrong thing leaves you too safe and complacent, and lined up with all the wrong people. The right thing is, turning things around and trying to do the right thing when they're really wickedly evil and bad. So let's go on to the "Don't Tread on Me." So these people appear very stalkerish, and I can sense their energy from a mile away when they're coming towards me, when like I can sense bad energy, bad vibes. I'm thinking that there's programs in place to keep families together, regardless of the personality disordered person in the family. Um, I'm guessing this is the Scottish kilt, plaid wearing monger. So I don't know exactly what this is, but to me that seems very cult like, because you're kind of placing people into groups. You're not just looking at an individual and their situation. In other words, I'm born from, I'm made from God. I'm created to be here to serve my purpose. It doesn't have anything to do with anybody else's life, you know? So I feel like people are trying to put people into groups and to control others and try to say, well, your destiny is supposed to be this, or you're grouped with this person. You're only, considered legit if you're standing beside this person, um, so I see this as a big problem, and yeah, it's kind of the very thing that's trying to take me down right now. That very storm. So um, yeah, I just see this as mass cultish and a little. I mean, like beyond strange, satanic, dangerous, like witch hunt style, you know, the old Salem witch trial days. The Nazi concentration camps. It's all linked to all of this pedophile stuff. I mean, it's pretty gross, and these people are pretty bad. And I sometimes wish that God would just scrub my eyes and help me unsee what I'm seeing, because and the bad thing is the mainstream media is like whitewashing everyone and covering the eyes of those who are kind of in the cognitive dissonance mode where they're like, I'm not sure if this is right, I'm not sure if it's wrong. Yeah, yeah, it's all pretty right, as far as what you might be thinking, and it's probably far worse than what you're thinking. Thanks again for listening. Have a good night.